Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa for those of you who are new here, and thank you so much for watching. In today's video we are doing some first impressions of some Ulta products that I picked up recently. Actually, I think I took with you guys in a recent vlog. I will link that up in the eye down below if you'd like some weekly vlogs. I typically do that over here on my channel. And I had a gift card that I wanted to use up, and wanted to also find some products that I've never used before, and formulas I've never used before, and adding to my collection. Yeah, so I was trying to go after things where I didn't really have in my collection already, especially in terms of tones and things like that. So if you enjoy first impressions and would like to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. Alright, so I got you guys all zoomed in. I got my Ulta bag here, and I went into this shopping trip kind of just needing some replenishments and also just seeing if there's anything new that interests me. I know I'm like starting a Project Pan series where I'm trying not to buy a whole lot of makeup and get through a lot of stuff that I have, but there are actually some things that caught my eye. But first I wanted to show this. This is this cute little headband. I got my receipt pulled up here too, and this was $7.99. I just kind of saw it in like the like clearance kind of section, but it's the Vintage Cosmetic Company. It's a little headband. It's called their Cleanse Makeup Headband, which obviously I will eventually need to take the makeup off that I do put on. However, for right now I figured I'd use it to pull my hair back. So see if I can get this to fit over my head. And I just blow dried my hair and washed it and all that. I'm trying to blow dry it every time I wash it to get in that kind of habit. Well, look at that. The bow is kind of a little bit out of frame, but it looks cute. And pulls my hair back and all that. Alright, so I have already primed my face with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I've let that sit for a little bit. But going into concealer, I don't technically have a new concealer. I've heard this is more of like a corrector, but this is the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer, and I have it in the shade Light 26N, and this is really, really affordable. As you can see here, it's definitely yellow, so I kind of went in thinking that this would be more for brightening and correcting, so I wasn't 100% expecting it to match me perfectly, but if it does, it'd be something that I can do on like super quick makeup days. So it has like a brush, and looks like it's a click applicator. It's not my favorite sort of application and component for concealer or anything like that. Okay, let's see. That actually might be a pretty good shade match for me. So I'm gonna stick that in the under eye and see if that'll brighten me up. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. Currently we're in the middle of like a winter snowstorm, and so let me know in the comments where you are at and if you have to deal with this snowstorm at all. It's very, very thin, which I don't mind because I do have under eye, I have like lines under there, so I do have under eye wrinkles, so I like the fact that it's thin so it may not build up as much. But definitely looks like it's brightening. I'm just going to add some here, and then I like to add some concealer on this little area, which I have some hyperpigmentation, so maybe that'll brighten this up too. This is like typical areas where I would put concealer, so I'm seeing if maybe this is something where I can just add as a concealer and just a little more quick. I'm going to take a brush and just kind of blend that in. Definitely brightened, and it is pretty close to my skin tone. It actually is spreading pretty far away, but I would not say this is like full coverage. I think, yeah, it's more of a corrector than anything, which I'm not surprised. Definitely brightened, but I still still feel like I need like a little bit more. I think this is definitely something that you can put like underneath a concealer to like, especially if you have a really really bad dark circle day, kind of like I have today. But I feel like that canceled that really well. I'm actually not mad at that. If I'm like just running out the door, I just want to cover up like my dark circles or something, I feel like that's a really good option. Let me try layering it and seeing what happens. Yeah, I do definitely like how thin it is. And from what I'm seeing, it definitely did brighten and almost eliminate the dark circles. I'm not liking how this is layering though, so I think this is definitely one you wouldn't want to layer, personally, in my opinion. Like at least layer it on top of itself. I'll have to try it underneath like my other concealers, like maybe like my Maybelline Fit Me, and I can use that to maybe help get that particular concealer more into my skin tone. But I feel like it definitely brightened, so I am not mad at that. And I like how, yeah, I really like how thin the formula is. So far so good. I feel like I'm gonna have to test that one out a couple more times and seeing my full thoughts on that. And then I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer in Light Sand. This is the one that's like really light, that I kind of just use as like eye base. So I'm gonna blend that in real quick. Yeah, I don't know if I'm liking that concealer because it is really like up close. I'm in like the super magnifying like mirror. It is really dry. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. That might have been because I layered it instead of just doing one thin layer. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see that. No, it's too blurry. Did it brighten? Absolutely. And I'm like, from this distance away, it doesn't look bad. It's just when you're like super up close, it's not my favorite. But then again, I am 28 and do have under eye wrinkles. It's just would want something to not emphasize them. But that could be a combination of like my just under eyes are really dry, so that product may not like any sort of dry areas. Not look bad on my upper lip. That definitely canceled out the hyperpigmentation, but it doesn't look terrible. You get blended in really nicely, so that's a good thing. Okay, going on to brows. So for brows, I've been typically using the soap brow from Makeup Revolution, and then like the universal brow that's in my project pan, as well as the from Winky Lux, and then the Milani brow for strokes. But NYX was having a sale going on, so I got the NYX Lift and Snatch brow tint in the shade Ash Brown, and this was actually originally priced at $11, but I got it on sale. And then I also got the NYX brow glue, which I know went viral a few months ago or whatever, and that sold out pretty quickly. So it was a buy two get one free thing from NYX. So I ended up getting this, and I got a couple other products from NYX as well. But I am curious about testing this out because I am finding I'm liking that very like lifted feathery brow effect. I feel like it just looks more natural to me. And I've also heard this is very like gloppy, so I probably should have done this after. Do I want to do it? No, we'll just do it now. So as you can see, it's super tiny, but we'll see. Oh, it's not too bad. It's goopy, but it's not like terrible. So I do like the idea of maybe going this direction in terms of my brows, because like with traveling and stuff like that, like as much as like I like the soap brow effect, it's just less stuff for me to do. I can just do this in one fell swoop. Don't have to spray, don't have to scrub, don't do anything like that. I'm also like kind of scraping off a lot, so that way I go in a little product first and then I can go in with more if I need to. But I'm liking how that turns out. If it can hold, it doesn't feel like it's gonna hold. That's like my only concern. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. It lifted them up, that's for sure. But I'm liking how that turned out, and I'm definitely not liking this concealer layer because I would immediately like went super creepy. I don't know, I'll have to try to see and like maybe put some sort of like something under the eye. I mean, I put the Poreless Putty primer underneath there, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, going into the Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. I am liking, and I have been using the Milani brow like equivalent. It's like a tint pen as well. So is it the Weekend Brow? And I really like how that, you know, gives some strokes. Why can I never open these things? And I got the shade Ash Brown because that looks like actually where my hair is at now and matches my roots a lot better. I used the testers at Ulta just on the back of my hand, like nothing crazy. Okay, so very similar packaging to the Milani Weekend Brow. And like that, wow, that's a really tiny felt tip pen. So, let's see if it goes red on me, because that typically is what happens. I honestly think it's a very similar applicator. I think the color is a better match than the Milani one that I've been using. I think it looks pretty red on camera right now, but it's actually not. I think it's pretty much spot on. I'm definitely liking how that looks, for sure. Definitely liking how that looks, for sure. And it seems to not disturb the brow glue, so that's a good sign. Yeah, those filled in really nicely. What is that? Only section. Yeah, this filled in very nicely. I'm really happy with those two combined. I'll just have to see if they will hold up and last as much as my soap brows, but really happy about that. Okay, moving on to some cream products that I got. Okay, so moving on to some cream products that I got. I got this Undone Beauty Baked Bronzer Stick. Now I said in a previous video, I think it was my Project Pan, that I was interested in getting and trying out bronzer sticks. Like I've had that Tarte cream bronzer for a while and I like how it looks. I'm just not happy with the pot and how that, you know, applies. So I just, not how it applies, like just the convenience of where you gotta dip a brush in and then all that, where I like the idea of these sticks where you can draw it on. So this one is in the shade 210 Baked, and it was for, I believe, it was for $10, which is not bad. So let's see. Ooh. There's like a little plastic thing up top, but okay. Wow, so that looks very, very dark. So let's see. It seems very light. Like, that's very, very light, and that's very yellow too. That's a little concerning. But it seems to be like building up like okay, but I'm a little concerned that it looks very yellow. So we'll see. So I'm gonna try two ways. I'm gonna try just like drawing it on one side, and then I'm going to apply it with a brush on the other. So we're gonna draw it. So we're gonna take it and draw it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a whole lot. Okay, there it goes. It's really cooling. Huh. Okay. Kind of blend that in. I'm going to use this contouring brush. It's a sculpting face brush from e.l.f. It's the same one I typically use. There seems to be like unusual pilling. Not sure why that's happening. I'm wondering if just like a top coating from the packaging or something. I think very like gel-like which is, I'm not really used to. I'm mostly used to using like creams. I like that it didn't really totally blend away, but I'm not sure on that one. But it doesn't, like right here, it doesn't seem like it's even like there. But when you look at there, obviously you see that I put something there. I don't know. Definitely is smooth, and whatever that pilling was is like went away. So I'm wondering if that was just the packaging. But okay, I'm gonna try it with just taking my brush and just kind of going like this. I feel like this is a definitely more natural looking bronzer. The tone definitely looks really yellow. I don't think it's definitely not as pigmented as this Tarte one for sure. And I feel like it, when I did it with just the brush, it didn't pick up a whole lot, so I'm just gonna do like a little more right here. And blend that out. Okay, so that's it kind of blended out. Oh, I forgot to put some down there. Hold on. It's very cooling, like, formula, which is kind of nice. Like, I'm not mad at that. And honestly, it was easy to blend. I think this is great for, like, yeah, like an everyday kind of bronzer. It's not as, like, intense. But I actually really like that. I like how it's, like, not like bam, I got bronzer. I feel like this looks good for me, like where I'm at right now. Like I'm not obviously not tanned or anything like that, but I like how that looks. You let me know what you think if you've tried it and your thoughts. Yeah, I like how that looks. Okay, moving on to blush. Now I know I have a lot of blush, but I've also figured out that I have blush in like certain tones only, and I found these two products and I wanted to test them out, and I've actually heard a lot of things about them. This is the Colourpop Cheek Dew Serum Blush, and I believe this is one of their spring collections or whatever. It's in the shade Hotline, which is this like really pale pinky kind of color. Let's see, we can. I've heard kind of like mixed reviews on these. Like I've heard some people hate them and heard some people love them. But I wanted to check out and see for myself. It's a serum kind of formula, so I'm not 100% sure how it'll be on me, if it'll be super pigmented. Oh, I didn't tell you how much this was. This was $7, so pretty affordable. And most of the stuff in these this haul is affordable. Oh wow, that's very, very light. Like I put it right here and you can't even like see it. Okay, let's try that again. See if I need to build it up or something. Oop, a lot came out. That might be why a lot of people didn't like it. Like I've accidentally put like way too much. Then again, a very like gel-like formula to me, where I'm so used to like creams. Yeah, I definitely like put way too much, but it seems like you need enough to do like that payoff. So I'm actually gonna take this. I'm gonna go with my finger first, and then just kind of tap right here. I definitely had some payoff, and it's blending really nicely in. This is just not a color I normally gravitate to. I definitely go for more like peachy, kind of bronzy sort of shades, honestly. So this is a little bit of a change for me. But you can definitely see it, but that's the thing. I feel like you have to like put a lot on. Like I still have like a lot. And that was just like by accident. I like that tone though, and I like the glow it's giving. But my preference are definitely a little bit more glowy, to be honest. Okay, let's try where I just dot some on my face. I'm actually going to take this little BH Cosmetics, just number 3 brush, and just kind of blend that out and see what happens. But I think this is going to be one that's going to like being applied with your fingers better than a brush. Maybe not, actually. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna dab like some on my hand. Since I put so much on my hand and really work it into a brush. And I'm gonna put more so to even it out a little bit. I can definitely see it like overpowered the bronzer a little bit, but that's okay. But I like that color and I like how that turned out. So I'm really happy. I definitely would, my preference is definitely to apply things with a brush, so I will definitely keep doing that. And yeah, first impression, so good so far. Not mad at that at all. Okay, so I don't have a cream highlight, so what I'm gonna do is jump off real quick just to save some time, and I'm gonna put on some powders. So I will be right back. Okay, so I put on the Bare Minerals Powder Foundation that I have in my project pan, the Makeup Revolution bronzer, because I didn't get a new powder bronzer, and then the Tarte, this like middle shade to kind of brighten up my under eye. I think I headband, but I'm not sure yet. I'll have to look at it closer. Yeah, so on to blush. I got this Essence blush in the shade Beloved. It's a really cool tone pink kind of blush, which is a blush I do not have, surprisingly. And I'm just going to take this like Eco Tools kind of fluffy blush brush. Let's see, let me swatch it actually real quick first. Oh, very soft and good. Wow, okay. Okay, that is after only a couple swipes, so okay, that's pigmented. Alright, we're gonna be a little careful with this one. But I've heard a lot of people, oh, didn't tell you the price. $2.99, so very, very, very affordable. Essence is one of the brands that I haven't tried a whole lot of, but I'm definitely interested. Wow, okay, that's pigmented. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Oh. Why are you laughing? You are lying right now.
No, I'm not. I'm not laughing. I didn't even really see it. I'm just hearing your voice.
Look like a clown right now. That's why I reacted like that. Okay, I'm just trying to tone that down a little bit. Okay, that's a little better. Wow, okay. We're just gonna have very blush cheeks, I guess. I'm only gonna grab like a little bit. Okay, we'll just stop with that. I think that I made the mistake last time. That's much better. Yeah, it's just the overly pink blushes. I don't know. Like, I didn't mind how the cream looked, maybe because it just wasn't so pink. That's maybe why. Like, I wasn't... I don't know. I think it's just because I put way too much on, but it looks like kind of, what's weird is on camera, at least it seems like in the viewfinder, it looks very, a little bit peachy tone, which it honestly in the pan it is straight up pink. So I think the formula is really nice. It's pigmented, so it'll last me a while, but I think it's just the tone. I'm just trying to like blend it in and not make it be like so harsh, but yeah. Okay, for powder highlighter, I'm just gonna go back into this Tarte palette and do the shade, oh boy, the shade Moonlight? No, Sunlight. It's that one. real quick, and then I'm gonna go move on to the next thing. Yeah, it's just that pink is just throwing me off. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe once I get eyes and stuff on, it'll change. Speaking of eyes, I'm just gonna go into my other Tarte palette and just do a quick simple eye look, and then we'll go on to lips and setting spray and stuff, because I actually got new stuff from that. I'm just gonna go in the shade Beach Therapy and put that all over my lid and crease. It's actually gonna be a very exciting weekend this weekend, because my mom and grandmother are flying in tomorrow, hopefully anyways, with the winter storm, you know, you never know. But it seems so good so far. So far so good. We are gonna go wedding dress shopping this weekend. And it's gonna be fun. We have a couple appointments at some local boutiques around here and try to keep an open mind. I do plan on filming a little bit, but I think it'd be more of an overview of like taking pictures and then kind of giving you my thoughts after. And I won't reveal which one was the dress if I end up finding the dress, but we'll see. Again, trying to keep an open mind. So that's what's gonna be fun. I'm gonna take the shade, yeah, I'm just gonna take the shade Berry Gold and just put that on my lid. I have done like a 5 days 1 look video with this palette, or 5 days 1 palette video with this palette. If you want to check that out, I'll link it up in the eye and down below. Yeah, I really like that. Going kind of simple with the eyes because I got a really bold lip, which is out of my comfort zone, which is part of my goals, is just to be a little bit bolder. Again, if you haven't seen that one, I will link that one as well, where I go over my 2022 goals. So, when I'm filming this, we're in the beginning of February, but when you'll see it's probably more in the middle. Where are you at with your goals? Do you have goals? How are you doing? Have you given up already? Yeah. I have not, and I feel like I'm really rejuvenated. Right now it's just like January I was in full on like wedding planning mode, just because of the timeline, and we needed things like to be done and booked quickly once, so we had them for our day. We are definitely having a short engagement compared to a lot of people. But it's one of those things, that's what we wanted to do. And so most of January was just focused on getting all that stuff kind of squared away. I'm actually going to take this little fluffier brush. I'm going to go into the shade Galapagos, which is this brown. I'm just going to kind of very lightly just kind of put on the outer corner to add some depth. Like I said, really simple look. So the other thing I'm planning on doing is doing like videos on bridal looks I'm thinking about and all of that, because this honestly could be a bridal look, maybe tone down the blush, but yeah, like those eyes, like that's pretty for bridal. But I am having someone do my makeup for my wedding, so because I just don't want to stress about it that day, and I don't want to worry about it that day. What do I want to do? Do I want to add blue? Yeah, let's add some blue. Why not? I'm gonna go on this navy, dive in. I'm gonna go on this kind of like flat, fluffier brush, and just gonna kind of do like a little boop, like that, and then kind of just smudge it. Nothing crazy, just a little hint. I think the blush kind of threw me off from what I was like originally thinking of doing. That's fine. I'm really not that worried about it. And then I'm actually gonna go back into the Tarte palette for my brow bone and inner corner with that same highlight shade. Okay, so the next thing, I'm actually going to set my face, and it's going to be a repurchase of the Milani Make It Last Original Setting Spray. This one cost $9.99, and this is just a replenish. I enjoy setting sprays for the fact if I want something long lasting, and I honestly don't want to spend the money on like an Urban Decay if I don't really feel like I need it, because I feel like this one does a decent job anyways. The other one which I bought is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Spray. I like this as a refresher, or if I don't plan on wearing my makeup that long. So I'm actually going to go in with that actually instead. Brand new bottle, love that. Okay, so I'm actually going to again jump off camera real quick. I'm actually going to put on some lashes this time and mascara, and then we'll go into the last couple products that I purchased. So I attempted to do lashes, and that didn't work. I think my glue might be expired or something, so they just would not stick. But I have just the e.l.f. Lash It Loud mascara, which I'm trying to use up, and then I put the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Sunnyvale in the waterline. And honestly, like I took the headband off, and then I went and looked in the mirror. I'm actually not mad at the blush. It's just something that I'm not really used to, I think. But I do like how it turned out. Like, I think just in camera it just looked like a little much. But moving on. I did rebuy the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. And this was $4 actually. Yeah, $4. This is one of my favorite lip glosses, and the shade, and it's just so comfortable. It's the live in your purse kind of a gloss. But for lips, I definitely went a lot bolder. And I got two NYX products. So the first one is the NYX Professional Makeup Suede Matte Lipstick, and it's in the shade Vintage, which this is a very, very brown kind of a shade. So let me just kind of swatch it on here. As you can see, that's not a good swatch, but definitely very, very brown. There's a little bit red to it, but I just thought the color was really, really cool. And then I got the lip liner to go with it, which is the NYX Professional Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Cold Brew. And that one is also in a very, very brown color. The liner was $4, and the lipstick was $8, but it was on sale with the, you know, buy two get one free thing. So got that at a discount, but even then without discount, like $8 is not terrible. And I am finding that I actually like bullet lipsticks more than like liquid lips. Even back when liquid lips were like a thing, it wasn't really my thing. It was nice that they stayed, but I don't know. I just think I'm a little bit old school when it comes to that. So yeah, so this is a wooden pencil, and then we'll go right next to it. So let's see, go a little thicker. This is definitely a lot more browny, but I think the combination together will be really, really cool and not what I'm used to. So I'm gonna go in with the liner first. I actually exfoliated my lips before this, so just because I know that I was going to go in with this color. And with lip liners, I really don't have a preference of, you know, retractable or wooden. I do like more creamy, but I am a fan of the NYX lip liner. Yeah, that looks really pretty. Looks a lot more red than I thought it was going to be. So that's the shade Cold Brew with the lips all filled in. Kind of matches my sweater. Alright, moment of truth. Going in for the bold lip color of brown. Definitely feels very comfortable so far. It's definitely different, not what I'm used to, but I'm going to go back in with the lip liner just to sharpen up some of the lines in it. Is it exactly? I actually like that color on my skin tone. It's not as brown as like I thought it was going to be. It's definitely a lot more red. Like, I thought it'd be kind of closer to the liner color. So I'm wondering if I picked like the wrong one maybe? I don't know. But like even if I just did that, yeah, even that looks a little red. But it's definitely a lot more red than I was anticipating. But I don't hate the color, but like in my head I was kind of trying to match my sweater. So let me just kind of clean up some things a little bit and then we'll zoom you out and then let you know my thoughts on these first impressions. So here is the final look. So just off the bat, overall, I'm really happy with all of my purchases. To be fair, I'm not a hard customer to please. Yeah, just based on first impressions, I did enjoy like using them. There's a couple of them which I'll get into in a second where I'm just not 100% sure on. So starting off with the Brightening Concealer. This is just probably one where I just want to cover my dark circles and get out the door kind of a thing. Did it brighten? Yes. Did I think it fully cover like my dark circles? No, and I feel like it faded away as I continued doing my, you know, makeup, but I'm not 100% sure. I know for a fact I don't like layering this unless I like really moisturize underneath my eyes, like doing one of my eye, like having one of my what is it, like an eye cream or something underneath plus the poreless putty primer, or that could have been it too, where I had too much of that poreless primer underneath my eyes. So we'll see. Gotta test this a little bit more. The NYX brows. These are probably my favorite products that I got, and NYX is becoming one of my favorite, all-time favorite brands. Typically my top two have been Colourpop and e.l.f., but NYX is slowly becoming one of my favorites. I'm really looking forward to using this more. I loved how my brows looked. They looked a lot more natural and not so like pasted up, and they held really well and they're not too bold, so great for every day. So really excited about these. The Undone Beauty bronzer stick, it looks very scary in the pot, and it actually comes out with a lot of product. I didn't even go all the way like there. That's actually that's a decent amount of product, and especially if you don't, you know, cover your entire face with it. I did like the gel formula. I felt like it was easy to use. I'm not 100% sure if I like the tone of it. I think maybe I need to check some other ones, but the other ones seemed very orange, and I don't know. We'll have to see on that. Not mad at it. Definitely liked the lighter, less bold pigmentation from it, so I think this will be one I reach for like my everyday going into the office, where I'll go for my Tarte one over when I'm doing like date night or filming or anything like that. And I think that's a good thing too, because it's really handy. So like when I'm traveling, maybe when on my honeymoon coming up, that I will take this along. One pack, really small, so compact, which is really nice, and it was only 10 bucks, so I can't be mad at that. I'm actually really interested in trying more products from Undone Beauty. If you have tried Undone Beauty, let me know down below some of your favorite products, and I will go ahead and check them out and add them to my next Ulta purchase. On to cheeks. The first one, the Colourpop Cheek Dew Serum Blush. Again, kind of unsure. I did like how it turned out, but I feel like you definitely need a lot of product. And I've got a little bit concerned with like the way the packaging is and the separation possibly occurring. This is definitely not a tone that I reach for a whole lot, but I think if it was a tone I reach a whole lot, I wouldn't really worry about that because I would probably use it up fairly quickly. But I'm willing to test it out more. Again, a little bit out of my comfort zone with the tone more pink, with the more, you know, cool tone pink. But overall, I'm not mad how my blush turned out. I think the I like more of a dewy complexion, and this brought that, so I'm really excited I got this. And for only $7, that's not bad. You get a lot of, I feel like, a decent amount of product. If you have darker skin, I don't think this would be the tone for you, or the formula for you, because it's very light and you would have to build it up a lot. I would keep that in mind. Onto the Essence blush in the shade Beloved. This one, very pigmented, holy smokes. But it was easy to blend out, it felt very creamy. And once I finally like looked in like the mirror and not in a viewfinder, I actually liked how it turned out. It's just something I need to get used to because I don't typically go for this kind of blush. But I'm thinking for like my wedding day, looks more like a wedding blush. So we'll have to see. Maybe I'll do a you know, possible bridal look and see if I like that and see if I'll include that. Not bad, especially for $3. Again, decent amount. There's 0.17 ounces. If you're like me and have like multitudes of blushes, I don't foresee you going through this all up very quickly. Looking forward to testing that out. Then what else? Oh, the lip combo. I really like it. It's definitely different, very fall. I was kind of going for, you know, a color to match like my sweater. I was going for that really chocolate brown. I think I achieved that in the liner. As you can see, like right here, it's definitely more brown, but there's a little bit of red, where this is definitely more burgundy. Overall, the formula is really comfortable. I don't feel like it's very drying, so I might go back and maybe try to find the dark brown of this. And you know, I mean, depending on, let's see, is it kiss proof? Okay, definitely not kiss proof. Even though it's the matte lipstick. Wondering, yeah, so if I just get, let's see, I kissed right, like right there. So if I kind of just get that one layer off, let's see, won't be too bad. No, it didn't really affect, didn't affect the pigmentation, so we'll have to see. But the formula so far is pretty comfortable, and of course I'm a big fan of the NYX liner, so there's no surprise that that one went really well. So yeah, let me know your thoughts if you've tried any of these products down below, and if there's any products from NYX, Undone Beauty, Colourpop, you name it, that you have recently tried and want me to test out, let me know as well. And you know, are you into the brownish kind of lip? I'm interested. I've been seeing that a lot with the whole 90s, early 2000s kind of vibe coming out. But if you like this video and you like first impressions, go ahead and give this one a thumbs up and subscribe for new videos every single week. I've been filming a whole lot, so I hope you're enjoying more uploads and the content that I've been putting over on both YouTube and Instagram. If you are not following me, go ahead and follow me over on Instagram at From Hem to Stem. You get more up-to-date day-to-day stuff, including some DIYs, wedding stuff, you name it. And yeah, so thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.